Good morning, ladies. It's Tuesday already. Can you believe it? That means we get together tomorrow. And I just wanted to come in and just give you a very brief encouragement. Maybe you're looking at the calendar going, oh no, it's Tuesday. I'm on day 2. What am I supposed to do now? So here's the deal. We are setting into place a new pattern, a new habit of spending time every day with Jesus that might be pushing us a little bit beyond our normal comfort zone of the 3 minutes here and the 2 minutes there and the 5 minutes here, and you have recognized that maybe you're not quite where you want to be. That's okay. So first, step number 1, give yourself grace. Don't beat yourself up, because guilt is restricting and stunts our growth. So if we live in this place of beating ourselves up, we're stopping God from working in our lives. Step number 2, choose today and tomorrow. Open up your book. Don't try to cram in the 5 days worth of reading unless you have 45 minutes that you can just sit down and do that and mull it over and highlight it. Great. If you don't, then here's what I suggest you do. Look at the days that you have not yet read. Read the title, maybe flip through and look at the bold things and read the question, the very end part where it has the thing to consider and the verse to remember and the question. Look at that on each of those days, and then just take 30 seconds with that book open in front of you and ask God, Lord, which one of these days do I need to make sure I don't miss in this particular time in this book? And here's the deal. This is one of those books that I encourage people to read over and over and over again. There are gals in this group that are reading it for the 3rd time and still finding truths that are really applicable to their lives. So don't feel like you'll never have an opportunity to go back or you're going to be behind the power curve. I'm giving you the grace right now. In week 1, we're still setting the pattern. We're still getting in place what we want to have happen in our lives. Ask God, what do you need me to read most? And then tackle that day or 2 days worth of material and be ready to share about that tomorrow in our time. Plus, we're going to have, if you come at 11:45 tomorrow, you'll have about 15 minutes to stop and thumb through and maybe read that extra day's worth that you haven't read yet. I don't want you to do that every week, because then you'll miss out on the time for reflection. But I'm saying, as we get started here, that's not a bad thing. That's kind of a good thing, okay? So I'm encouraging you, don't give up, don't stop, don't quit. Last thing I want to say, first of all, so just to recap, give yourself grace, prayerfully consider what 1 or 2 days you need to spend some time on as you get prepared for tomorrow. Final thing I'll leave you with, there is a principle throughout Scripture from beginning to end, and it's called the principle of sowing and reaping. And so if you've ever gardened or if you grew up in a farming family, you understand very quickly that whatever you plant and whatever you take the time to nurture is going to give you the best growth. You're going to reap the most. So take the time and know that you are going to reap what you sow. If you have been digging into this week, here's the good news. God is going to just harvest an amazing thing in you. If you're just at the very beginning, you're a beginner gardener, and you've just started planting seeds, you've never done this before quite like this, then give yourself the grace to recognize, I'm not going to get that farmer's yield the first time through because I'm learning how to garden. And God takes us through this process, and He's so patient and He's so gentle with us in leading us into that wonderful, fulfilling, flourishing life with Him. Step 1 is spending time with Him. Make time for it. Reassess your life if you need to. Figure out where you can be saying no to some things to say yes to God. Take the time to spend with Him, and I promise you that the reward, the harvest that you reap from that time will be so worth it. Give yourself grace. Decide what to focus on. Remind yourself daily that you are sowing into a garden that will give an incredible harvest into your life. It's worth it, you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.